guys, I'm Nij, and this is me holding a pot plant. So have you ever wondered what's the loudest thing we could ever hear? The loudest natural sound documented on Earth was so loud that the sound wave travelled measurably around the world at least 4 times. Yep, the Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883 blew the eardrums of sailors more than 60 kilometres away, and was so loud that people in Perth, more than 3,000 kilometres away, heard the eruption as what sounded like gunshots. Atmospheric pressure changes were even recorded in England, Russia and Canada. But was that the loudest sound ever made on our planet? Is it possible to create something even louder? Is there a loud limit on Earth or in the universe? So first up, what actually is sound? In pure physics terms, sound is a compression wave moving through matter. One way we measure sound is by the frequency of these waves. The more frequent the waves, the higher the frequency, measured in hertz, and the higher the pitch. If I hit the drum 1 time a second, it's playing it at 1 hertz. If I played it at 30 hertz, which I can't, it'd sound a little bit like this. So we can increase the frequency. Oh, my very deep voice resonates at about 140 times a second, 140 hertz. And you can see that with this laser didge. So what I've got here is a bit of PVC pipe, and at the end, a little bit of balloon stretched over a diaphragm, with a little mirror stuck onto it. And if we shine a laser light onto this didge while I sing, what you're seeing here is a change in the frequency, which results in a different vibration of the tube, which moves the reflection of the laser on the wall. And we can go even higher. Humans can hear up to 20,000 hertz, but beyond this, only animals like dogs and bats and babies can hear before they hear too many rock concerts. Okay, so that's frequency, but what's loud? Well, loudness is a measure of how much the air is pressurised in the bits of sound that come through. The more pressurised that air, the more energy in the wave and the louder the sound. While we measure the frequency of sound in hertz, we measure the loudness of sound in decibels, which is simply a measurement of the pressure. I love my superfood smoothies because they're on trend. I can't. So this blender is about 88 decibels, which is actually pretty loud and actually starts to be physically uncomfortable if you're not wearing hearing protection. Sound spreads out in spherical compression waves and the loudness drops off as the distance squared. That's why a blender is really loud when you're next to it, but when you're 100 metres away, you can barely hear it. If you have good hearing, then the quietest sound you can hear is a mosquito 6 metres away. That's considered 0 decibels. Yes, somebody actually worked that out. I hear it! A normal quiet conversation, like me talking to you now, would be around 40 decibels. A jackhammer is 100 decibels, hence the earmuffs. And rock concerts can be louder still. Do you reckon we could check your headphones loudness, like whatever song you'd listen to, as loud as you'd listen to it? All right, we'll give it a check, yeah? And then we'll see how loud it is. 75 peak. Is that how loud you'd normally listen to it? 84, average 62. So how loud should our earphones be? 62, 63. The average we found on the streets was about 74 decibels. But to avoid long-term hearing damage, the research indicates that we should try to keep it below 80 decibels. Slowly going deaf is one thing, but at 160 decibels, your eardrums can burst. And higher than that, it all starts going downhill. For example, the European Space Agency has a sonic chamber that could kill you. It's used to test equipment on spacecraft to make sure that it can withstand the massive sounds during blast-off. Because the sound waves can't disperse, the pressure can remain super high and cause your lungs to pop because of the rapid pressure changes. Which brings us back to our question from the very top of the episode. Is there a loudest sound that we could hear? I've read that there is a magic number, 194 decibels, above which the atmospheric pressure of the Earth can't sustain the sound waves. Is that true? Is there such a magic number?
So we're surrounded by air pressure, and it's those changes in air pressure that we're hearing. So what happens is the air particles get compressed, so you have a region of high pressure, and then they spread apart, and you've got a region of low pressure. So that's the wave we're hearing. And obviously, if you pull the air particles apart far enough, you have a perfect vacuum, and you can't go more lower pressure than that. So what happens is 194 decibels turns out to be the value where you can't have a more negative pressure than that.
So to sum up, can sound harm you? Yes, it can. And what's the loudest sound on Earth? Nature in a bad mood. Volcanic eruptions or meteor strikes. And hey, if you don't want to go deaf, don't be ashamed to blend with your earmuffs on. That's all right.